In a windowless room where silence cuts deeper than sound, the art of interrogation begins with atmosphere. Every shadow, every flicker of light is calculated to unnerve. This is not about brutality, it is about control, about coaxing truth from the human mind when all defenses are stripped away. The Central Intelligence Agency perfected subtle manipulation over decades of covert study. From the Cold War to the War on Terror, the lessons never changed: fear and comfort are currencies, traded for confession. The interrogator's true weapon isn't torture, but time, patience, and silence. Training centers taught that breaking a person begins with understanding what holds them together. Interrogators mapped the target's personality, discovering desires, beliefs, and weaknesses. The idea was not to destroy the subject, but to dismantle certainty until the truth emerged like smoke from flame. Lighting plays its role like a silent accomplice. A single bulb hangs low, its glare disorienting the senses, its heat an unspoken threat. The human brain under such intensity falters, seeking relief, even if that relief means surrendering secrets once protected by loyalty or fear. Every question holds a rhythm, crafted in tone and timing to disrupt thought. The interrogator's voice dances between empathy and menace, always unpredictable. This cadence fosters a kind of mental hypnosis, where confusion blurs truth and imagination until the subject can no longer distinguish either. Silence, the keeper of dread, is a more potent weapon than shouting. A pause too long triggers anxiety, making the subject wonder what will happen next. The power lies not in what is said, but in what is left unsaid, the invisible pressure crushing the psyche. The CIA's psychological handbooks once described resistance as a system of walls. The interrogator's job was to find the weakness in the brickwork. Praise might build trust, ridicule might collapse defenses. The balance between kindness and cruelty was exact science born of human flaws. Temperature control becomes another invisible tool. Cold air numbs, slows thoughts, induces shivering that blurs memory and focus. Heat, on the other hand, breeds agitation and impulsive speech. The body becomes the weapon against itself, compliance driven by the simple craving for comfort. Deprivation, sleep, sound, or sensory, rewires the brain's natural defenses. Interrogators never needed to cause pain when they could reshape perception itself. After 48 hours without rest, even the strongest individuals begin to question what is real, whispering confession simply to feel sane again. Truth serums, more myth than miracle, serve not for accuracy but illusion. Subjects under influence often confessed everything and nothing at once. The real purpose was psychological, the belief that resistance was futile, that no secret could survive chemistry or deceit. Isolation chambers amplify every noise, the heartbeat grows louder, the breath becomes thunder. Humans crave connection, isolation drives the mind toward surrender. Eventually, the subject begins to talk simply to hear another voice, trading mystery for momentary company. Mirrors and reflections distort awareness. In some rooms, mirrored panels concealed observers, making subjects hyper-aware of being watched. The constant self-consciousness becomes torment, twisting honesty from anxiety. Under that gaze, lies tend to dissolve faster than truth. The interrogator's chair sits closer than comfort allows, invading personal space. Eye contact is relentless, no escape, no refuge. Humans instinctively reveal unease through micro-expressions, and one twitch can tell more than 1,000 words under fluorescent scrutiny. The room's design follows meticulous geometry. Corners remain empty to suggest vulnerability, walls void of identity to erase bearings. Without temporal or spatial anchors, the subject's mind drifts, disoriented, a drifting ship compelled to dock on truth's shore. Tactics evolve with science. Modern interrogators integrate neuroscience, monitoring stress patterns, muscle tension, and vocal frequencies. The body betrays every secret faster than lips can deny it, turning biological response into lie detection long before machines confirm the signal. Resistance training for agents includes simulated captivity. They are broken in safe environments so they learn how to endure the real thing. Ironically, these exercises reveal that even trained operatives eventually succumb to pressure. Everyone has a threshold where identity starts to fracture. The interrogator studies more than techniques, they study empathy. Understanding fear allows them to design its mirror image. When the subject senses relatability, trust forms, and that fragile trust is then gently weaponized into revelation, crafting confession through feigned care. Files once hidden detail countless profiles of minds under stress. Each recorded breath, pause, and gesture became data to refine future methods. The machine of intelligence thrives not on morality, but on efficiency, each failure a lesson sculpting sharper precision for the next interrogation. And then comes the turning point, the first small truth. Once spoken, it spreads like cracks in ice. The interrogator capitalizes instantly, linking fact to emotion, weaving the subject into their own psychological web until disclosure feels like salvation rather than defeat. For the subject, time blurs into a loop, questions repeat with slight variation, designed to dismantle false narratives. The mind tires from maintaining the lie, and exhaustion births compliance. It is not the intensity that breaks them, but the monotony. When words fail, silence returns. The subject waits for punishment that never comes. That waiting breeds terror stronger than violence itself, convincing the mind that escape is only possible through cooperation, a masterclass in psychological conditioning. Food and water appear at irregular intervals, gifts for obedience, absences for defiance. These small rewards mimic primal dependency, binding the subject emotionally to their captor. It transforms interrogation into a grotesque version of nurture and survival. Interrogators often studied the subject's personal history, childhood fears, losses, loves. By resurrecting those ghosts, they dismantled ego. The past becomes a weapon, with every memory twisted into emotional leverage so that truth feels like confession to oneself, not coercion. The ethics of such methods remain debated even within intelligence halls. Some call it psychological warfare, others argue it saves lives. Yet behind the debate lies a haunting truth: understanding the human mind too deeply inevitably tempts one to exploit it. Modern technology now extends beyond rooms, digital interrogation begins online. Algorithms track emotional tone through words and pauses in conversation. Machines become silent interrogators, extracting secrets from patterns long before questions are even asked. Behavioral scientists have refined predictive models that expose emotion by facial micromovements. Cameras can interpret deceit faster than any human. The digital eye never blinks, making confession not an act, but an inevitability encoded in pixels and code. But even machines require human cruelty disguised as curiosity. The interrogator still watches, listens, and interprets. Compassion becomes theater, sympathy a calculated illusion. Each smile hides analysis, each nod a move toward unraveling hidden truth. The CIA's philosophy was never simply about extracting information. It was about control, of environments, emotions, identities. To dominate conversation means to dominate consciousness, and by extension, the world that person perceives as real. Every successful interrogation rewrites a mind. When subjects leave the chair, they are not who they were. They've been remolded by pressure and suggestion into echoes of their former self, an invisible victory of method over humanity. Some agents confess that the line between interrogator and subject blurs over time. Exposure to manipulation corrodes empathy. Observing human breaking points daily transforms certainty into unease, because every interrogator knows, under pressure, anyone can talk, even them. Leaked reports often read like psychological case studies rather than war stories. Each narrative less about violence, more about surrender. The true battlefield was never physical, it was fought in silence, eye to eye, between fear and control. As years passed, global perceptions changed, but the essence of psychological interrogation endured. It migrated from basements to boardrooms, from war zones to negotiations. The skill to read, steer, and manipulate remains the most dangerous power in any room. Society consumes dramatized versions in films, unaware how close fiction mirrors classified truth. What we call espionage is often clinical psychology with patriotic intent. The only difference between an interrogator and a therapist lies in purpose, not in method. Today, the principles find use in marketing, politics, even social media. Each scroll, each click becomes data for persuasion. The world learned interrogation not as coercion, but as influence, and perhaps that is the darkest evolution of them all. As the lights fade in that imagined room, one question remains: if you were seated there, alone, beneath the buzz of the single bulb, how long until you speak? The answer, whispers history, depends not on guilt, but on humanity itself.